Hi, Richmond Baptist, how are you? It's been a while since I don't come here to lead us in devotional. I want to say that I am missing you. I am having fun and loving to do the big worship moment for kids ministry on Sunday. And I am missing the craziness of Sunday morning in our church, our kids running and worshiping the Lord with you presentially. It was very joyful for my heart and I am missing it so much. So because of quarantine, we were forced to remain lots of time at home. And I don't know at your home, how does it work? But here we've been watching lots of TV. And watching the news can be very discouraging and sad. So in one hand, we have sickness, all this COVID things, and countries doing well and countries doing not so well, and sick people and looking for a vaccine, and we still don't have success in this field. And on the other hand, we have hate, intolerance, violence, and abuse. And how do we Christians, how do we families understand and react to those horrible things that happen around us? And at Immerse, we are studying wisdom in the scriptures, and I was reading wisdom in the Old Testament in the book of Proverbs, and it says quite a few things about how do we deal with these difficult things in the world, and I want to share with you. So before reading the passage that I will go deep, I want to read the verse 7 of the first chapter of the book of Proverbs, where Solomon starts and put the foundation of all the book of Proverbs and all things that he says after. And verse 7, chapter 1 says, "The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge." So the knowledge, the wisdom, all things that are inside the book of Proverbs and other books of wisdom that Solomon wrote in the Old Testament are not based on a human thing. They are based on the fear of the Lord. So for we to be able to understand and apply those things, we need to fear the Lord before. Otherwise, it will be impossible. And if you try to achieve all things that he suggests and all things that he says that we are going to do by our own effort, it's a loss of time. It's a waste of time. So now I want to go back to that idea of hate, violence, and bully, and how do we deal with these situations, and read chapter 10, start verse 1. "The mouths of those who do right pour out life like a fountain, but the mouths of sinners hide their evil plans. Hate stirs up fight, but love erases all sins by forgiving them." I want to stick in those two verses and go deeper on them. So verse 12, "The mouths of those who do right pour out life like a fountain." What a powerful image Solomon uses here, that from our mouth, from the mouth of the person who do right, pour a fountain of life. This image is used on the New Testament, and in the New Testament we were made righteous due to the life and death of Jesus Christ. This is what Paul says in the letter to the Romans. So we were made right because of life, because of the life and death of Jesus, because of Jesus' sacrifice on the cross. We were made right. So this truth that was believed by Solomon and by Israel in the Old Testament are now fully accomplished in our lives through Jesus, and we can become fountains of life and spread it through the world. In the same way, Jesus came to accomplish the things that were written on the verse 12. So hate stirs up fights, but love erases all sins by forgiving them. So Jesus is the love that came down from heaven and forgave all our sins. So how can we as Christians deal with hate, intolerance, violence, bullying, and abuse? So this is the answer that the scriptures gives to us. From our mouths, from us, should bring fountains of life. And we should present the world the love of Jesus that forgives all sinners and transforms hate in love and in forgiveness. I know it's difficult to understand things that are going on, and I still suffer and I still struggle with violence, with abuse, with intolerance, and those things made me sad and made me angry, and it's difficult to respond to them in a proper way. So this is what the scriptures tell us. We are fountains of life. We should respond them with love. We should respond them with life. We should respond them in the same way as Jesus did, giving his life to us and to everyone else. God bless you.